Okay, for the poor souls who had trouble following American Hustle, thinking it was too convoluted, oh boy. Also to Taylor Swift fans, I feel for you tonight. Hi everyone! Though I did pre-save Midnights, that's plus. Alright. Hi everyone. We have a lot to cover, and it's gonna be even harder to try to explain this movie. Hi everyone, it's me, Grant the Movie and TV Guy. We're here to talk about a movie. Movies and TV, that's what we do here. Sorry, I got an itch. Movie and TV is what we do here. Got the fever! Alright. The movie we're talking about today is Amsterdam. Amsterdam, is written and directed by David O. Russell. Which is why I didn't buy a ticket to this movie. I used A-list points for this one. But I didn't see it in IMAX, but I used my A-list points. So, Amsterdam is, written and directed by David O. Russell, who, is a pretty big creep, who unfortunately, because of this, ruins the reputation of some pretty good movies that he's written and directed, among them of some of my all-time favorites, such as Three Kings, Silver Linings Playbook, Flirting with Disaster, Spanking the Monkey, The Fighter, Joy, which I love, and I know a lot of people don't, but I love that movie. It made me happy. And American Hustle, which this is almost a thematic sequel to in a lot of ways. And now we have Amsterdam, which is very, very getting a lot of negative reception. Not just for the guy's personal life, but for the movie itself. So what's the film about? Where do I start? Well, the film centers on these two soldiers. Their names are Bert and Harold. And Bert also is a doctor trying different, very odd, early medicines. There were soldiers during World War I, and after getting wounded, and Burton particularly losing an eye, their friendship becomes a three-way friendship when they both befriend a nurse, they think at first a French nurse named Valerie. She's played by the always terrific Margot Robbie. And we see that in flashback, that they live in Amsterdam in peace and harmony together, which in this movie, among the many solid dialogue in this movie, they say it's not just a place, it's a state of mind, it's where things are good, is Amsterdam. Unfortunately, time passes, they grow apart, but that's in media res. Where we begin the story is, and this is a minor spoiler, I guess, it's at the beginning of the movie, we meet Ed Begley Jr., who is mostly there to play a corpse. He is a fellow by the name of Meekins. He was the superior officer during World War I. They're there because they're approached by his daughter, Elizabeth, played by Taylor Swift. There's an amazing cast in this. Trying to find out what happened, they soon find out that his death was no accident, but wouldn't you know it, as they're telling her, minor spoiler I guess, Liz is taken out of the movie almost as quickly as she's shoved in front of a truck. Fatally. And now, not only trying to solve their former superior's murder and his innocent daughter's murder, takes them through a conspiracy that involves a couple of very wealthy and very eccentric weirdos loosely connected to Margot Robbie, played by Anya Taylor, or very much connected to Margot Robbie, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, and Rami Malek, again, what a cast, as well as a couple of detectives, one bumbling, one not so bumbling, played by Matthias Schoenaerts and Alessandro Navallo. Oh, we're just getting started. As well as a potential love story that soon begins. Also, there's a love story between Margot Robbie and John David Washington. Holy shit. Potential love story that begins between Christian Bale and a woman played by Zoe Saldana, while he's still married to Andrea Riseborough, who may or may not have sent him off to the war to try to get him killed because of her anti-Semitic parents. This is really complicated. And then on top of all of that, we also have the conspiracy taken all the way to a plot to use a legendary army general played by Robert De Niro to spearhead, to be basically a puppet candidate, and two glass eye salesman slash intelligence officers played by Michael Shannon and Mike Myers. Holy shit. And then, did I cover everybody? I think so. Oh, and then Chris Rock shows up on occasion as another war buddy. Holy crap. And soon, will they solve the mystery, and will there be a lot of quirk? And will you be able to follow it? Basically, what you need to know is that's a long-winded way of saying, this is a January 6th insurrection allegory set in the primarily in the early to mid-1930s. There, got it, about pre-Nazis trying to overthrow the world. Good? Good. Okay. So, as you could probably tell from that very long-winded description, Amsterdam's kind of a mess. But, unlike a lot of people, I think it's mostly a good mess. I enjoyed the film. Now, I think this is probably the second weakest effort from O. Russell. I'm just being real with you. We all know, anyone who knows the career of this man knows what the worst one is. That would be Nailed, aka Accidental Love, which was technically only half a David O. Russell film that he put Alan Smithy on. But other than that, this is probably, of his well-known studio films, probably his weakest. However, O. Russell, much of a prick that he is, and trans rights are human rights, I need to say that right now, he is a good screenwriter, and there are times in Amsterdam, there still is some of that great dialogue, and a lot of quirky, zany character details. All the actors, I think, do fine in their parts, but again, a lot of them are utilized. Oh, and also, I almost forgot, Timothy Olyphant as Taylor Swift's killer. This movie is just full of people. I'm like, it's just, wow, just a lot of people. And even Beth Grant shows up. What a cast. First and foremost, I don't know how else to say. I enjoyed the film. I feel like the description is going to be most of this review. I enjoyed the film. I could see why a lot of people don't, though, as even fans of this man's work, just because it really is messy, and it really is overly convoluted, but, and I also should point out that, the messages of this movie, politically, I agree with, which is that we shouldn't allow Nazis to take over. Basically, we shouldn't allow what the January 6th rioters wanted, which is to essentially force without an election Trump back into office against the freedoms of American voters. Which is and basically and a president who is controlled by Nazis, right? That's what this movie's about. Basically. And I agree with the politics, but I do have to say, along with everything else, the last, I'd say, the movie's already 2 hours and 50 minutes, there was one too many on the nose at the end kind of speeches that are like telling you this is what the movie was trying to be about, that go on a little too long, there's too many of them, and are a little bit talking down to the audience, a little bit. Other than that, though, I did enjoy Amsterdam. Not enough to give it a 5-star salute or even to go pretty far, but I would walk 2 blocks to see it. But maybe use A-list points. Don't give physical money to David O. Russell necessarily. I'm gonna give. So this is a weird one, but I'll give it 4 stars out of 5, just because I really did enjoy it, and I really do think that this movie, despite its reviews, I think it's a disappointment for O. Russell, but it's not a bad movie. I don't think it's a bad film. I just think it's a very, very, very messy one. All right. That being said, that is it for the review. 4 out of 5 stars for Amsterdam. Sorry, that was the thing that made it worse, too, is that in front of me were actually, 3 girls who probably were too young to see this, although it's rated R for no reason, wearing Taylor Swift shirts, who I bet just did not want to sit there for another 2 hours after Taylor Swift, because I felt really bad. That made me a little sad. They probably didn't even know what the movie's about, they just knew that she was in it. That's disappointing for them. Devotion. Trailer trash, rather. Devotion. Talked about it, looks good. Till. This is the story of Emmett Till. Looks incredibly moving. Because it's undeniably one of the most horrific things to ever happen in the world. Ever. Babylon. Looks good. Talked about it. The Menu looks good. Talked about it. Oppenheimer looks good. Talked about it. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Looks good. Talked about it. Avatar The Way of Water. God, I'm seeing this trailer. We've talked about it. Looks fine, I guess. Was there shawarma? Yes. There were some little scenes. There were photographs and scenes, one of which is of the actual historical figure that Robert De Niro's character is loosely based on, giving a speech that is similar to the one he gives in this movie. But that's all. Alright. That's it. We will be back. There's nothing after. Alright, so we'll be back tomorrow for Hellraiser. We will also have reviews coming down the line for Halloween Ends, a new comedy movie on Comedy Central called Cursed Friends. We'll also have a Werewolf by Night review. I've seen the special, we're going to review it soon. We will also have reviews on the horizon next week for Rosalind, the new comedy from director Karen Maine, based on Romeo and Juliet, and more to come. That'll all be next time, and until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all. I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all, class dismissed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does, if that's what you're supposed to do, or so I've been told. If you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, lists, and other fun stuff, check me out on letterboxd.com at Raisin on Popcorn with Grant. Facebook, Raisin on Popcorn with Grant. Find out what I'm watching on TV. Find me on Serialized. I am all one word, all lowercase, Raisin on Popcorn. Check out my podcast, Raisin on Popcorn with Grant, the podcast on Spotify and Anchor. Leave a comment, even if it's, hey Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. Some of you already have, but even if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. I want to know down below, what did you think of Amsterdam? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below, let me know. And until we meet again, we're all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. Catch you guys next time. Take care.